What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another video for Awaken Chaos Era. I know you guys are really surprised right now that I'm playing another game, but I ain't gonna lie, it actually caught me quite surprised. So for those that don't know, about a week ago, they just dropped their soft launch for the global server, and the first thing I wanted to do was test out the game, check it out, and there was a ton of red flags when it comes to just starting up in the servers, some bugs here and there, and I had to put it on blast. I mean, it was just too funny not to share with you. But that being said, though, after letting the bugs pass, letting everybody kind of get, jump into the game and check it out. I had a chance to check it out, and I actually like quite a handful of things in this game. A lot of quality of life improvements, some really unique game mechanics that they've incorporated. You could tell that this game pulled a lot from various types of gotchas over the past few years here. And I'm genuinely excited for this to get, refined and, really just do a big old global launch here for both iOS and Android. Right now, it's only available on Android. I'm going to try my very best to remember to put a link in the description down below for their Discord, so that you guys, if you want to join in there and learn how to install the APK and stuff like that, if you do have an Android device or want to use an emulator, you can go ahead and do that, as I have. That's what I'm doing down below. But I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I'm enjoying it so much, I actually got a new tablet so I can play this on an Android device because I don't even have it. That's how serious it is right now, okay? That's how serious it is right now. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just showcase a little adventure as I'm working my way through the hard mode already, and I want to go ahead and talk about a couple of things that I'm looking to do here. Again, for those that don't know, maybe never seen this game before, they've had a lot of betas over the past, I think, year and a half right now, maybe a little bit longer, and essentially it is a turn-based gacha. But the cool thing about this thing is, the biggest thing that I really enjoy about this is just basically the game mechanic, that aspect of turn-based RPG, right? You already know when it comes to Summoner's War, turn-based strategy is really, really cool. But, of course, there's a couple of strategies that set in place that basically just kind of take this type of gacha or type of game by storm, right? If you get first turn, you win. If you violent proc, you win, right? There's so many things that just make certain sets or certain mechanics of the game just super outrageously strong, right? But the cool thing about this game, Awaken Chaos Era, is that essentially no person can get more than one turn per round, so to speak here. So as you guys can see on the bottom, there is a turn order. Certain units go before the others, and of course things can get manipulated between like the speed of the unit, getting a slow on it and whatnot, and their turn order can change. Sure, there are some units that have specific abilities that may give a bonus turn, but there's no real like violent set, so to speak, to give so that you can proc turn after turn after turn. What this basically allows is essentially a nice little balance, a nice little refreshing, a nice little diversity when it comes to the equipment sets, the gear sets that you utilize here. It's not just going to be set on 2 to 3 super OP sets. We're going to be able to use a wide variety of equipment here, basically rune sets or gear sets, and just kind of create unique compositions and try it out and see how it does versus the meta. I feel like the meta is going to be ever revolving, and I think the way that they set up the turn order, the game mechanics of this is going to be really good. Now, of course, we cannot deny the fact that their animations is without question really, really beautiful. I'm not going to even lie right now. When it comes to a type of game like this, this is very reminiscent of a lot of 2D scrolling games. The Epic 7 is the one that kind of sticks out to me that really looks very identical. And when I thought about the Summoner's War coming from the 3D, going back to the 2D slide, which is kind of how things were way back in the day as far as the games I play, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. But there's so many things about the game mechanics and the quality of life that kind of push away that style. And then I think the devs did a pretty good job with the whole animations of these specific units. They look really clean, they look really polished. And so I'm definitely willing to give it a go. So, as you guys know, like for Summoner's War people that are watching right now, when you're farming, right, in Summoner's War, there's a certain amount of XP that is gained, right? And depending on how many units that you have in the match, it's going to get spread out, evenly, right? Now, of course, if we were to, set up a, situation to where we want to, get them out most amount of XP for our units, we can sit there, bring our farmer, bring in some, little random fodder here, and allow us to collect as, the XP, the extra XP that would get. It's essentially spread out throughout the units, right? Well, in this game, you can, if somebody is maxed out, you will still be able to obtain essentially the XP that you would have gained through that level. If you can't get it on a unit, you will get it through an XP. So what do I do? I literally take in my farmer. As of right now, I've been doing this. I was taking my farmer, going into basically a super hard stage that I can essentially solo, and I'm collecting the jellies, all the extra XP that I would get. I would collect the jellies and essentially be able to utilize that for whatever units that I want to, right? So for example, right now, I just gained myself 6,000 XP, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm working on, you know, some specific unit, which I am right now. I actually got Zachary, which if you guys haven't had a chance to check out, is one of the best free to play, you know, AoE farmers here. Zachary is one of the units that I'm, you know, currently working on. So I'll take him up right now. You know, I'll take a look at his setup here, and I got all this XP jelly that I can invest into him. He wasn't currently in that match that I was in. He wasn't in that match so that I can, you know, he can get XP here, but I can take the XP jelly that I gained from the match because I didn't have, I had, you know, essentially extra jelly come through, right? I can use that and essentially do what I'm doing right now, which is essentially just basically level them up. It's like XP potions, you know, where you can use, you know, to anybody here. So I think that's a really, really cool feature that I'm a big fan of, and I'm really, really glad that they incorporated it. Now I know there was a couple of things that I also wanted to mention, and that's the downside. That's the reality of my situation right now, is that I as far as a lot of the quality of life improvements, there's a lot of things that I wanted to mention that I probably should have written down, but I didn't. But I'm making this video on the fly because I'm taking a trip here for 4 days. I'm going to be out of town in LA, so I'm just kind of dropping stuff as I see it here. So I guess one of the things we could talk about here is the promote feature, right? Once you level it up, it will give you the option to promote. But one of the things that you might not have seen on the bottom right there is that if you want to speed up the process of which you level up your units, you could do a quick promote here. So you could do a quick promote, and essentially it'll go through your settings, you know, promotion settings. You'll pick certain units, or it'll pick units for you automatically. It'll you know, invest a certain amount of jelly that you have, plus the fodder that you need to level it up, and it will turn these all into 2 stars or 3 stars or whatever the case may be. You can even change it to take away elite, you know, switch over to maybe like rare or common heroes here. So if I go rare, if I go common heroes, I'll take it off. And now if I actually should have saved it, if I didn't save it here, yeah. Now I will take all the common heroes and then kind of level. I guess most of these are already leveled up 1 star to 2 stars. So yeah, it's not going to show. But generally speaking, it'll take my lowest ones and work on those, and then work on the, you know, ones below that, so on and so forth here. And as you can see, we actually have quite a bit of resources to go ahead and invest into some fodder here. And I literally need all these 3-star fodder here so I can go ahead and start making some more 5 stars here. So pretty cool. In addition to that, they got a really cool feature here, this foodie, which is another like XP kind of unit. So this is a unit that costs a lot less of XP to invest into to level up. It's kind of like a rainbow mon, so to speak, but the fact is it doesn't take a lot of XP to do it. So this is one of those things where you want to level it up as high as possible and use it as a 5-star fodder to level up your 6 stars. So even though it takes time to level up and make 6 stars, it doesn't take as much time as it is, because they have these unique, essentially rainbow mon in the game called foodies that allow you to kind of speed up the process by not investing as much XP jellies into them. So those are big there. In addition to that, you know, the runes in this game, they're going to be gear. We got glyphs that are kind of like artifacts, so to speak. And another great feature that I'm really a big fan of here, guys, and I think everyone's going to appreciate this coming from Summon Tour, is that you have the skill leveling system in this. It's not based on like a Devilmon per se. It's based on certain resources that you can get from a dungeon. And these resources, the amount of resources, or the quality of resources, are based on the type of the unit here. For example, you know, you have your common, your rare, your elite, your epic, and your legendary, right? Well, the rarest of the rare units, the super high up ones, the legendary, they're going to cost a pretty penny when it comes to the resources that you need. But when it comes to units like Zachary, which is actually one of the best free-to-play units out there for AoE farming, you know, being able to skill up this unit is going to be really easy, because since he's a elite unit here, the resources that you need to invest into these skills, which I'm leveling up right now, is actually not too bad at all. These skills that I'm collecting right now, you actually get on the first stage that you are of the dungeons you're doing. In addition to that, when you get your first stage clear, I believe most of these stages you get like 10 or 20 of the pieces. So once you get into the game and you find a couple of units that you're looking to level up here, you're actually going to be able to skill up some of these units that you're really into. And that's what I like about this. Like, if you're focusing on a free-to-play comp that's mostly elites or even epics, like, it won't take too long to skill those up. Legendaries, it will take a little bit, but at least for some of these early units that you get in the game, you'll be able to skill them up no problem, and it will really pay dividends when you start to take some of the more challenging stuff that you got going on in this game here. Now, again, if I haven't said enough already when it comes to gachas, I feel like every single game is like this, but they've done a really good job of the games coming up being very free-to-play friendly. If you guys can see right now, I'll confirm all these packs are still available. I have not spent a dime here. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm a content creator. I have to make content. Down the road, I'm going to be farming left and right. If I run out of energy, if I run out of diamonds, and I can't keep on farming, I'm obviously going to have to spend money to do it. But I have no motivation to spend money because of the fact that I'm constantly getting rewards, getting resources from the game. They've done a pretty good job in this one, between the rookie events that they got going on for all the rewards, between the current events that they got going on right now, which of course I've been slacking on a couple of them. I got to work on them as well. And then the foodie guide that you basically get to do, another quest line that you get to do to get some free rewards as well. They've actually done a really good job for the beginning stages of this game for you guys to get resources, invest them into your units, and start to create your own team, your own team there. So yeah, really, really cool. I mean, outside of the typical stuff, guys, they got the arena, they got the dungeon, they got your like Tower of Ascension. They got a cool thing called Endless Trial. Again, another new feature or a different feature that we've seen from Summoners War that also gets you some regular rewards. They got a bounty hunt system so that you guys can get some goodies as well. They have, what do they have here? The Arcane Dominator, some daily stuff that you can do to go ahead and, you know, farm your gears and stuff like that. But they have quite a handful of stuff. Really, really a good amount of stuff in this game that you get to start out with. So overall, guys, again, like I said, this is kind of weird for me because I've been playing Summoners War for quite some time, and after you play a gacha game for 7 years, it's really, really hard to like motivate yourself to get into another gacha. That's essentially almost like the same thing, but I think they have enough changes in this game when it comes to the game mechanic, and enough quality of life improvements that I've been really wanting for in Summoners War that has actually motivated me, like I said, not only to play the game, but, you know, when you go out of town, to have like a separate tablet on the side so you can play on the side. Like, you know, when right before I go to bed here, you know, get a little time in. So yeah, man, we're definitely going in, we're playing it, we're enjoying it. Again, it is on soft launch right now, so a lot of you guys won't be able to check it out. But if you have access to a PC and your PC is relatively decent, and you want to go ahead and check this out, there will be, like I said, I'll try to leave a link in the description down below for the Discord community. They have the APK installations guide right there, so you can get on board and get it set up here. I know everybody uses a different one. I use LD Player. I've heard people using BlueStacks and Moo and whatnot, but LD Players work fine for me. I haven't had any issues. It's been doing a fantastic job here. So, but yeah, without further ado, guys, we're just going to finish off the video with a couple of summons. As you guys probably saw, we do have a couple of summons here. So we're going to finish off the video with some singles pool. I'm curious to see if we can get ourselves maybe one kind of lightning, so to speak. The lightning is when we get essentially gold rings. We get the gold lightning bar and then 2 gold rings. That basically denotes a like a 4-star or an epic, so to speak here. Now, if we happen to get 3 gold rings, which the 3rd ring will come at the very end, it's a super big ring, then we'll basically get ourselves a legendary. So hopefully, like I said, we can get an epic so you guys can see the difference. But if we get a legendary, you know, great, that'll be good too. If I didn't mention it already, I don't think I have. I will say this: I'm really coming from Summoners War and being just kind of used to how things are. I'm really happy at the summoning rates for this game. I think one of the mistakes, and this is my personal opinion, so don't come down on me on this. One of the mistakes I see a lot of these games make is that they, you know, they see, you know, games like Summoners War, they see how hard it is that they can be to get specific units, so they make their rates of like trying to get legendary heroes up to like 2% to 3% to like, you know, higher than that, and all of a sudden you find out that everybody and their mom has every single legendary hero in the game, and the meta is just dull because there is no diversity, there's no refreshing, you know, everyone has the same units here. So in this game, you can see it's not that way. It does, you know, it is going to be harder to get some of those legendary ones, and of course even harder to get the light and dark legendary. But that being said, though, I can respect the fact that they didn't go ham with regards to the summons rates. You know, legendary heroes 1%, it's a little bit better than Summoners War, but it's not as good as a lot of the other games that have come out, you know, in the last couple of years. And I'm down with that because I don't want this to be Epic 7 where you guys get like every single LD5 on the sun. I feel like you should down the road, yes, but I still feel like there needs to be that aspect, like that excitement that you get, you know, when you do your summons, you know, not just from the 1st month, but from the 6th month, so on and so forth here, right? You got to get excited, man. It's got to have that excitement when you start to pull these units here. Okay, so this is good. The cool thing about this one is that when it comes to the like awakening or the ascension of a unit to get better stats or get, you know, better improvements, you essentially get that through the copies of this unit. So I'm actually really excited to get Zachary, because Zachary is one of the units that I'm looking to build up, and essentially all I need is a copy of him to get him to the next stage here. So what do we got going on here, man? Rourke. Okay, so this is a new elite. I have not heard anything about this one, but so far so good. Yeah, Zachary for me is just kind of the elite that I've been focusing on trying to get copies here. So man, I'm kind of sad right now. I was hoping that these guys would give you I was hoping that these guys would give you give us like a gold, some gold stuff so we can see the epics here. Now Vidar, I've heard a little bit about that. I don't know what this tank can do, but I heard, oh, I didn't mean to misclick there. I heard that he's actually a pretty decent unit here, so maybe that'll be something that we build down the road. Come on, get a gold. No gold today. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate at all. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try one more time. If you guys want to give me a quick second, I'm going to go to the shop. I'm going to pick up a couple of advanced summons here, and I'm going to see if we can get ourselves super lucky. I ain't going to lie. This is actually very embarrassing to say as a free-to-play player. This cost me 150 crystals. I got one, and it does it. Oh my God. That's so sick. Dude, 150 crystals got me one of the most OP units in the game. I cannot, dude. Oh my God, all my people are gonna be so upset, bro. They're gonna be so upset. So sick. Literally, fam, we might we'll take a look at this unit at the very end here, but literally, even though this is a 2-star unit, you can see right here, this is actually a light unit. That's the cool thing about this that I didn't mention. You can actually get the light and dark units through the regular summons. And essentially, you can get something like this. This unit is actually ridiculous for a 2-star elite. So if you guys are fortunate to get it, you better hold on to it, lock it up. Do not let that one go. Again, we did not get a gold, whatever it is, a gold star or like a gold lightning, whatever like that. But it doesn't matter because we literally just won, right? We just won the game here. So take a look at this unit. Take a look at this unit, man. This is absolutely absurd here. So let me see if I can find. Let me actually go to organize this here. Let's take a look at the light, confirm. Okay, here we go. So take a look at this unit here. We got ourselves basically their passive, right? Their trait that removes a negative effect on all team members at the start of the turn, and then the cooldown will be 3 rounds. So every 3 rounds, we basically get a move, get like a 1 skill removal here, which is great because there's so many bosses out there provide harmful effects, poisons, defense breaks, all that good jazz, bleeds, stuff that we want to deal with, right? First skill, basic ability, does a stun. So this is going to be great for PvP. We're going to use this a ton, right? Second skill grants a bonus term to a team member at the end of the round and does a damage up buff and immune for 2 turns. So we got immunity and we got a way to improve the damage. And this way to improve damage is different from the attack buff that we're getting from Connor, which for those that don't know is another free-to-play healer that's fantastic if you get it, right? So amazing skill. And then on top of that, we have a skill here that provides another cleanse as well as invincibility to all team members here. So without question, this is going to be an absolute must. If you build it, this is great. I'm genuinely excited. Yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and basically start grinding this unit. I'm going to invest a lot of XP jellies into that unit so I can level it up and start utilizing it. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying this content, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We will be dropping more videos when I get back into town. For those that don't know, I'm going to be going out of town to LA as the Summoners War family has a meetup that's going to be going down this weekend. So yeah, I'm going to be attending that. I won't be able to drop a video up until Monday when I get back here. So if you guys are down to wait, I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, I will have a link in the Discord down below. We do have a little community over there that are talking about the game, enjoying the game, and are very, very passionate about this as much as I am. So if you guys are joining that, if you want to check it out, you want any additional questions, just feel free to hop in there and we want to answer them. Okay, that's going to be it, fam. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, ChildishPlays. Check it out. Take care. And we'll see you all in the next one. I'm out.